It is the 30th day in the month of November 2022. You're welcome to the Break of Dawn newspaper review on your laughter station, 32 FM 94.9. I am Adenike Ademuwagun.
Good morning to you, dear listener. Welcome to another time on radio. I'm Olutayo. Ogunade. We go straight to the papers. I'll be looking at stories from Premium Times, Daily Trust newspaper, The Guardian, and Daily Times newspaper.
The Vanguard, the Daily Post, the Punch. I start from the Punch this morning. Depots sell 220 naira per litre. Marketers project 350 naira per litre pump price. Away from that, 87% of Nigeria's rural roads deplorable. World Bank. Just by the logo of the Punch, you find budget padding allegations senseless, says Finance Minister. So the major story, import duty controversy. Private jet owners sue government over 30 billion naira tax. 17 business moguls, banks, others move to stop government from grounding luxury jets. Aircraft owners sue government with foreign registered firms. Trustees insist payment illegal. NCAA Customs awaits court papers. Abuja court plan to set hearing date for suit. Away from that, you find NDLEA nabs suspected drug baron. Brother flees. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogun-Oyo, deploy drones against kidnappers. Two more story, and we move to another paper. Herbalist steals money, beheads lotto operator. And finally, RMAFC, EFCC uncover oil firms $205 million unremitted funds.
Well, let's take a look at some stories there from Daily Times newspaper. Court sentences IGP to 3 months in prison for contempt. Finance Minister dispels allegation of 206 billion naira budget padding. Tinubu won't relocate to Lagos, abandon Abuja as president. That's PCC there. Russia-Ukraine war, Buhari calls for tighter security around borders and Lake Chad. Budget financing through borrowing from CBN hits 23.8 trillion naira in October. Another one here, Nigerians must unite against corruption. Oshibajo. Let's see. Do we have more here? Buhari calls for tighter security on Ukraine war. We took that. Let's see another paper.
The Vanguard this morning, tax burden, beverages sector revenue to decline 40%. Return of history to our basic education. Away from that, how gunmen killed Labour Party LGA women leader in Kaduna. Native doctor kills client in Enugu as gunshot protection charm fails. Adeleke Oyetola clash over sacked workers. Executive orders. You can also find FRSC call to avoid Ekiti roads unconstitutional and damaging. Federal government should declare funding for rehabilitation. You can also find NDDC on Noche and matters arising. Conversion of properties from residential to commercial. The dilemma of an Asian city. This is from Benin City. Integration of Lekki Port with Lagos Free Zone will change Nigeria's economic fortune. Why ASU is against Ingige. You can also find French industrial crisis brew at OAU over alleged plans to extend registrar Bossa's tenure. There are only 2 tribes in Nigeria, says Peter Okoye. Enugu allocates plots of land to Rangers players. And some more stories before we move to another paper. 2023, Tinubu, Obi go to masses for campaign funds. And finally, 206 naira budget padding allegation. Humanitarian Ministry satisfied with coding clarification. This is coming from the minister.
All right, let's take a look at Premium Times. Again, suspected herders invade Enugu community, kill 3 residents. 2023, I'll soon tell you who to vote for as president. Wiki tells supporters. Average retail price of kerosene in Nigeria more than doubled in October. Adenike's inauguration in Osun and what it meant for Atiku. Adenike issues 6 executive orders, sacks hundreds of Osun workers employed by Oyetola. Please forgive our son. Parents of arrested university students beg Aisha Buhari. UN peacekeeping in Africa needs tighter parameters. Some more here. Court jails Nigerian Inspector General of Police for contempt. How unexplained wealth fuels corruption. Oshibajo. how food prices surged in October. National Bureau of Statistics. Gunmen killed Labour Party's women leader in Kaduna. Nance gives Aisha Buhari ultimatum to release arrested student. Let me take one more here before we go to another one. SDG Lagos reiterates commitment to 2030 target. Flags of 255 million naira grant challenge.
From the Daily Post, ASU fresh protests rock universities as federal government remains adamant. Adenike meets Osun Speaker after controversial decisions. Appeal Court reinstates sacked Rivers House of Assembly candidates of ADC ADP. And still on the Daily Post, 2023, Peter Obi's supporters have elevated me. Renault mockery. Over 400 World Cup workers died in Qatar. This is coming from the officials. Police arrest terrorist witch doctor in Katsina. 4 arrested over attempted murder, kidnapping in Ekiti. Commuters stranded as fuel scarcity rocks Ibadan. You can also find tax evasion. Reps committee gives 7-day ultimatum to FIRS, summons 9 oil companies for investigation. Why we inserted 1.7 trillion naira project in MDA's budget from the finance minister. Naira redesign. CBN denies plan to print 5,000 naira note. Enugu government allocates plots of land to Rangers players. 2023, Tinubu lists conditions for open debate with Peter Obi. Alleged attack, Kano APC wants arrested thugs investigated. Will neutralize kidnappers on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Abiodun. Soludo commends UNICEF on post-flood intervention in Anambra. And finally, PDP tackles CJN Olutayo over alleged move to recruit members into G5 governors.
From Daily Trust newspaper, just before our first commercial break, NNPP threatens to boycott peace accord in Kano. Why substandard product export persists? SON. Oshibajo, corruption is a disaster all Nigerians must unite against. Federal government urged to dedicate 2% of budget to insurance. I'll take that again. Federal government urged to dedicate 2% of budget to insurance. Race to NAS. Abia governor's quest to unseat Baribe in Senate. Another one here from Daily Trust newspaper. Aisha Buhari, what northern politicians can learn from southwest counterparts. I have no plan to relocate Nigeria's capital to Lagos, says Tinubu. Racketeering at depot worsens petrol scarcity. Federal government begins 14-day paternity leave for workers. Okay, you can't stop us. INEC chairman tells arsonist. That's on 2023. Weapons from Ukraine, Russia war now coming to Africa. Buhari is giving us some intelligence report. There, one more here. Court jails core member, 38 orders for internet fraud in Ogun. Oyo, we take a first commercial break and we'll be back.
32 FM 94.9. Ìsọjí iṣẹ́ agbára Ọlọ́run ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́sàn-án tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Adenike Global Convention ọdún ayọ̀ ti 2022. Nínú pàgọ́ ilẹ̀ tó ti máa dedicate ẹ̀. Adenike Jesus City. Ọlọ́run tó pe wòlíì Sáàmù Olúwalú Adenike. Ó fẹ́ tú gbogbo èèyàn lẹ́nu convention eléyìí. Pẹ̀lú àkòrí Absolute Deliverance. Ọjọ́ Friday gẹ́gẹ́ November 25. Di Sunday 4th December. Ní Ọlọ́run Ayọ̀ Babalọ́lá ti máa tú àwọn èèyàn sílẹ̀. Nípasẹ̀ ìpè ọ̀pọ̀ wòlíì májẹ̀mú. Àwọn olórin ẹ̀mí Bísí Aláwìyé Àlùkò. Bùkọ́lá Akíndéṣẹ́wọlé Jésù. Esther Ìgbẹ́kẹ̀lé. Ìlàjà Akíntúndí Ọlọ́run Sọ́bẹ̀. Adéyínká Aláṣeyọrí. Pásítọ̀ Ẹ̀fọ́ Ọládélé CAC President. Wòlíì Sáàmù Olúwalú Adenike. Wọ́n á máa pàṣẹ ìtúsílẹ̀. Àǹfààní one-on-one counseling tó máa wà. Látọjọ́ Friday 25. Di Sunday 4th December. Ní Adenike Jesus City. Ìbẹ̀jùlẹ́kì Ẹ̀pẹ́ Expressway. Ìlàmìjà Village. Aláró City nílùú Èkó.
Dabon na the first and ogbonge herbal toothpaste. E get ingredients like lemon, mint, ginger, and basil wey dey make our teeth kakaraka.
Madam Rose, na true you talk o. Dabon na the cocoa herbal punch wey get plenty natural herbs. Dabon, the cocoa choice for my family.
Plenty discount on Jumia Black Friday, no go jackpot because of Sakpa.
Beat Sakpa with Jumia Black Friday. From November 4th to the 30th, you can get access to all those products you've had your eyes on all year at prices that will leave some change in your pocket. You also don't have to pay for delivery fees on thousands of products when you order above 1,999 naira. T's and C's apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Everybody won't connect to something greater. Connect to the moment, the winning goal, to history. Unofi do now. Watch the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 on Showmax Pro. Oh yeah now. Stream all 64 matches of the World Cup live from Super Sport on Showmax. Experience every game, anywhere, on up to 2 devices. It is available in HD and 4K also. It joke. Almost sign up now at showmax.com.
BetWGB.com, a platform to be happy for all bettors. BetWGB is repackaged and renewed. There are reasons to be happy. Unlimited market options, highest odds, highest accumulator bonus, highest event selection, highest in-play cash out, simplified access, fantastic user interface, an array of products like sport bet, slot, virtual soccer, roulette, lucky balls, and more with mouth-watering bonuses. BetWGB.com. Still the wise choice.
Leadway Pension PFA.
Hey, that's my jam,
Let me tell you something.
Hey,
There comes a time in your life when you go walk
come retire. Hey,
no more salary, but you're meant to live
happily for the rest of my life. Hey,
Sit back and relax. Any day,
is the
anytime,
goal.
you know, say,
No shaking, my future is bright. Leadway pension in my
we
bank.
love to see you smile.
The time is now to secure your future, to switch to the Pensure side, to choose a future that allows you to be in the moment and relax. Live your best life now. Switch to Leadway Pensure PFA today and enjoy competitive advantages like access of up to 25% of your RSA balance as equity contribution towards your mortgage. Leadway Pensure PFA. Your future, our passion.
Better don land o! Close up toothpaste don carry the senior brother of Awoof enter town. When you buy 140 grams close up, you go get free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection with no extra cost. That is to say, for every 140 grams close up red toothpaste wey you buy, free 25 grams close up complete fresh protection dey there for you. Make una rush am as e dey hot before e finish. Close up, stay fresh and protected.
Christ Mercy International Church presents 21 days powerful revival. Níbi tí Ọlọ́run ti ṣetán láti lo àwọn òjíṣẹ́ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkórí ìtọ́dún yìí. Igi gbígbẹ́ léyìí. Ogi gbígbẹ́nu ayé wa ni ó yè láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Tí yóò sì mọ wáyé ní gbogbo aago 5 di aago 8 àṣálẹ́ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 1st of December to 21st of December nínú ọdún tá a wà yìí. Prophet Mayowa Moses Fèyíjì àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run bíi Prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní, Prophet Paul A. Ademodi, Apostle Olúwaṣẹ́gun Olúwaṣọgbọ́n, Prophet Adesoji Ọ̀nàbánjọ, Apostle Elijah Olúṣọlá, Prophet Augustine Ogena, Prophet Paul Arúlé Jésù, Prophet Ṣẹ́gun George, Prophet Samuel Olúdáre, tó fi mọ́ Prophet Isaac Jayíọlá, pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórin ẹ̀mí bíi Akíntúndé Ìlàjà Ọlọ́run ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹnìtàn Olúṣẹ́gun Bámidélé EOB, Bose Super àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Gbogbo nínú gbọ̀ngàn àjọ wa tó wà ní number 35 Adamoleko Street beside Butterlight Bread. Ìmọ̀lẹ́ Fálàfíà Òkè Àdó ń Bàdàn. It's 08077309381. Jésù dúdì yóò. Shalom.
32 FM 94.9.
32 FM 94.9. Good morning. If you just joined the radio dial, it's 94.9, 32 FM. I am Olutayo, Ogunade, and it's time for the analysis. We took the stories earlier. Adenike Ademuwagun is right here.
Good morning, Austin Duma.
And Austin joins us. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Tayo. Adenike, good morning.
Good morning. So many stories to start from, but we start from Oyo to deploy drones against kidnappers at Dakwa. And yesterday, the Ogun State Governor, Dakwa Abiodun said that over 30 patrol teams have been formed between Oyo and Ogun, and also they have decided to get monitoring devices like drones to oversee the activities in the area, so that, of course, that gesture would neutralize the kidnappers abducting people on that road. We still talked about this yesterday. Now, some Nigerians have chided the governor for announcing it, saying that he's breached security. If you want to do it, do it. While you're announcing to them that drones are going to be watching you, so you can be more careful in your activities or something like that.
Yes, it could be a breach of security protocol, because it's not everything you come out to say, especially in terms of advanced strategy being put in place by government and security operative. Maybe he had to make that statement in reaction to people's demand. You know, we also demanded yesterday that what are the governors doing about it? That could be like a reaction to the popular will of the people. That, as a government, of course, you reacted positively at the initial stage. This time around, it's still happening, but it may not be in a large scale like it used to be. The governor may have just said that, but the bottom line and the truth of the matter is that effort is being put together, I'm aware, between Oyo and Ogun State government to ensure that that road become safer. And we have told the government it is not a fire brigade effort that you put in place to react to the situation. You must put mechanism in place to ensure that these incidences of kidnapping and adoption does not even happen at all. I think that is the idea of a preventive measure, which is very, very proactive in nature. So the governor has just said again that a lot of the technology will be deployed. Let there be operational base, military base that will patrol that area. We have done this before. I remember the Ibadan-Ijebode Express Road at the time was also becoming dreadful. But the government acted at that time and everything became stabilized. So there is a lot that we can do. Thank God for the readiness of these two governments to be able to collaborate on this, irrespective of political party differences, to be able to secure the lives of the people.
Now, we have this story here. President Buhari on Tuesday said weapons from the raging war between Ukraine and Russia are now slipping into the Lake Chad Basin region, an economically and socially integrated area in West and Central Africa, straddling Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria. What is the implication of this, and what should we do?
Yes, the implication is more arms in the hands of unauthorized people, the one you popularly call state actors. So it's going to be
non-state.
Yes, not non-state actors. Beg your pardon. It's not going to be very easy. Nigeria is particularly notorious for the issue of proliferation of small arms and light weapons. All of this has come. You know, the president for like 2 years had to shut down some of the border, thinking that, weapon would not come in. But at the end of the day, that policy of government became counterproductive, because that was the time we have almost the highest number of arms coming into the country. Do you know why? The borders are seamless. No proper patrol of the border, no money of the border. Even the expanse of land and the porosity of our border in Nigeria today, no human security personnel can man those areas except we deploy technology. Now the president has come to this observation. What do we do going forward? Proper policing system, and also putting measures in place to ensure that at the end of the day we are able to get results from it. Because we must watch it closely. Before the Ukraine-Russian crisis, there have always been smuggling of arms into the country, especially through the northern part of the country. You know, most of the ones that come in through Lagos are being seized. I hope you still remember the arms that came in from Turkey. They will definitely be seized, either at the airport or even while in transit going to various locations. But some of this arms that comes in through the northern part of the country, they hardly get seized because they will miss into the community so easily. So arms flow from the west to Africa through the Sahel region, especially the West Africa, the Chad Basin, Niger, Cameroon, and even Nigeria. So we have to watch it very closely. It's a good one that the president has raised the alarm. It's a source of concern, but it should not just be an alarm alone. Let the president, as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, coupled with the fact that he was a retired military general and head of state, he should deal with the situation decisively. It is good that the alarm has come, but you have the power to deal with the situation. Let's deploy technology. Let's also ensure that manpower system is enhanced along that line to curb illicit flow of illegal weapons into our land. Because if you allow them to continue, that is why you have arms here and there. People bear arms just like that. We talk about automatic weapon or leather weapon, arms that are not supposed to be in the hands of unauthorized people. Automatic weapons are weapons that can destroy fast, the category of AK-47 or what have you. From the last time we checked, as far as the law is concerned, it is only the president that has the capacity to issue license for automatic
we've also heard from this particular government that it is only God that can effectively police our porous borders, and that was what informed my question to you earlier. We talk about the firearms bill. What is the state of that bill now?
Well, one thing is to have bill. Another thing, when the bill come upstream, what is the level of implementation? Don't forget there was a time the president gave order for the mopping up of arms. I hope you remember that. That was effective to innocent citizens. You now begin to wonder, if you ask me to submit my arms, how about the arms in the hands of the bandits? The arms in the hands of the unknown gunmen, the terrorists? How do you mop them up? So that time, what Nigerians feel, especially those down south, felt that the federal government just used that initiative to make some people vulnerable. Because those that are attacking me are coming with AK-47. The little that I have, you ask me to submit. So who give licenses to these people? How did they get their arms? How did they acquire them? Of course, from unauthorized sources. We know that our border is so porous, is so large. It is not God that will police the border for us. That is not truth. These people are elected into office primarily for security of life and property of their citizens. Then if you also look at it, there are certain things God has given you power to do. God will not again come and do them for you. We can deploy technology. We deploy technology to be able to police our border. Because if I just told you earlier that there is no enough manpower requirement that can effectively police our border in the country, especially the northern part of the country. Do you know the porosity of our border in the north?
Except we deploy technology.
Except we deploy technology. And they be effectively monitored. Technology that can nip crime on the board, nip it in the bud. That is what we are talking about.
All right. Away from that, Austin Odumo, there's no fuel out there. You have long queues everywhere. Commuters are stranded. They're having to pay more, to get themselves from, to places around and all that. In Ibadan, effectively, we now buy fuel for 300, 350 per liter, almost 400 in some places. It's an unfortunate situation. There's nobody on the street protesting this already. And I'm actually in shock. I don't know what is happening because we are just adjusting to
we are adjusting. Forming 3 lanes to queue for fuel, creating artificial and unnecessary traffic. It's quite bad. From all indication, it is clear that those who used to lead protests in Nigeria, sponsor protests in Nigeria, are those currently in government.
They have been settled.
Yes, they are in government, not as if they have been settled.
Oh, yeah.
They belong to the government. They are members of the ruling party, and they are also in government. These are people that used to deceive Nigeria with grammar those days. You remember the popular Gaifami Freedom Park in Ojota. You remember the other park in Abuja, where people will converge. They will slaughter cow. They will hire DJ musician to play for them. Where are all of this? I still said this yesterday. I said, how come we are not protesting? People are just as if it is normal. I also sense that the government is just trying to use this crisis to test the waters.
How do you mean?
For eventual subsidy removal. Do you know that Nigerians are even saying, let it be high and let it be available. You know, there is this notion with an average Nigeria that whatever you see to buy is not expensive. So we are gradually getting there because marketers are lamenting.
So they create artificial scarcity.
They create artificial scarcity. You know, they wanted to remove subsidy because, Tayo, if not for connivance and sponsorship of the government, how come we get to this level? How can in a regulated market, government will allow people to dispense as high as 270 in the city of Ibadan yesterday, 260, 270. So people just wake up and say, "This
300." I'm telling you,
this is what we are going to say. So it looks as if the government created this problem to test the water to be able to remove subsidy, because people are beginning to wonder if we can buy as high as 300. If we remove subsidy, how much is even the product? And independent marketers are lamenting. They said that the little that the federal government is serving in terms of reserve, they are giving to major marketers, and this major marketer will then sell to them, and some of them are now buying from major marketer at 220. So what would they do?
So what is Mele Kyari saying?
Mele Kyari only said, I think about a week or two, that it is no longer sustainable to dispense at 180. He didn't tell us how the price got to 180. I hope you knew that it was not government that increased it to 180. Not at all. It was not the government. As it is today, by way of official document, the pump price in Nigeria by the government is still 165 naira per litre.
So the marketers have hijacked.
The marketers have hijacked the process, and it is not even the marketer. By the time an average marketer is buying at S depot price for 220, how much would they sell? How would they dispense it? And there's also the issue of artificial scarcity, because some of the marketer, they will buy and circle. There is what you call circle in the Yoruba palace. I'm sorry to say, on tamole. You understand? You, as the product is coming, you are not opening for business. You sell it with the truck, and you get your bulk money. You know you don't have to spend money to power your station for diesel. So these are a whole number of issues that is currently going on in the system that the federal government is not looking at. The reason why I said the federal government is testing water with this crisis is that the federal government ought to have spoken up. If you do not consent to the fact that people are selling arbitrarily with increased prices, then you weigh the basic. You regulate the system. So it's a pity that we find ourselves in this situation. And some of the marketers that are truthful, independent marketers, they are even telling us that it's not about Christmas. It's not about end of the year. That the problem is most likely going to persist even after the year time. That is the situation. Except we address the crux of the matter. How come it is not readily available? How come we can't get at NNPC depot? They are using private depot owners. How come we are not getting the product? And nobody is saying anything. Mele Kyari is not saying anything. Timi Presiba is not saying anything. The president, who is also the substantive minister for petroleum, is not saying anything. So I think it's the connivance of those in government to deliberately deal with the people in a very hard way towards this end of the year. And it's a pity.
Okay. Daily Post 2023, Tinubu lists conditions for open debate with Peter Obi. Speaking through the spokesman of his campaign team, Festus Keyamo, Tinubu said Obi should list his achievements during his tenure as governor. He also said he should disclose those he had mentored in politics who are still with him before asking for a debate. Also said Obi should name any political party he formed. What does this have to do with?
Impliedly, Tinubu is not ready for any open debate, and the reason is not far-fetched. You know, this idea of I was telling one of the supporters yesterday, I said the next meeting now is a Chatham House. I hope you do your packaging very well so that all this PD, APV, all this stuff will not be happening. So I don't think the presidential candidate is ready for any open debate. That's the truth. And there's no law. I learned that the media organization is trying to compel them to attend debate. How can that work? You know, if we say there's no law that compel candidates to debate, some callers will say, why are we shielding them? Are we the ones shielding them? Or we are saying the obvious? We are only talking in respect of our law. How can you say somebody should leave his assignment as governor? See, the dynamics has changed. Tinubu cannot do all that he did in Lagos as governor, even if he becomes the president of Nigeria. That's the truth. Tayo, Adenike, why did some people vote for President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015? They look at the Matasani issue militia group at that time that he dealt with decisively, and they saw that rising to the position of a military general and the head of state, he can tackle security. You know, when he came in, Obasanjo told Nigerians that he didn't promise that Buhari will address economy effectively, but it was only in the area of security that they said, this man is a veteran, he can do well. After almost 8 years in office, what has become of Nigeria in terms of insecurity today? So at that time, Tinubu was younger. At that time, he was more agile. At that time, as Lagos governor, he was more effective. So this kangaroo strategic campaign method, where APC will come up and be talking about Tinubu achievement in Lagos, we are talking about the federal government. It's not contesting under any other party. It's contesting under the ruling party. That is why you see Tinubu himself, anytime he comes up, he will tell Nigeria that he will build on President Muhammadu Buhari's achievement. You know? So the issue is that from this particular statement, Tinubu is not ready for an open debate with any candidate. That is the truth of the matter. Tinubu did better in Lagos compared to what Obi did in Anambra. But don't also forget, Lagos has been a one-time federal capital territory. And there are other issues, apart from the issue of increasing the IGR, there are other issues of opportunity and finances in Lagos that nobody can take away. Financial...
they like going to Chatham House.
You said? Yes, that is where they like going. President Muhammadu Buhari was also packaged for Chatham.
Is there anything like the Chatham House effect, on whatever ambition any of them, could have?
It does not really matter. They just go there to deceive the people, to tell the West that, we are ready, we have the leadership capacity to be able to deliver.
They run away from debate here.
They run away from debate here. They go to Chatham House. Meanwhile, a young UK Prime Minister in the UK, after 47 days, said, I cannot deliver on the mandate that brought me to power. And he had to go.
No, it's not in our lexicon. We die here.
Even they prefer to die in office. So the pure truth is that they are not ready for open debate.
32 FM 94.9.
ẹ̀yin tèmi àtúntì gbèdé o lójú ẹsẹ̀ tó ń gbóná pẹ̀lú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. ayẹyẹ tó yílẹ̀ ayé yẹn padà látọwọ́ Glow ní. gbàgede tó kún fún àwọn ẹ̀bùn jàǹkànjàǹkàn fún jíjẹ. ilé ogún tuntun. ọkọ̀ mẹ́rìnlélógún tuntun. ẹ̀rọ ọgọ́rùn-ún kan tó ń pèsè iná. ẹ̀rọ ìrọṣọ ọgọ́rùn-ún méjì. ẹ̀rọ afẹ́tẹ́gùn tó ń gbaná sára ẹgbẹ̀rún kan. àtàwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá. ṣé àti tẹ *611# láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó o sì jẹ nínú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. ra dátà tí ó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọgọ́rùn-ún náírà lásìkò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí. ó tẹ̀lé jẹ̀bú ilé tó o bá dẹ̀ ra ìwé ìpè tàbí dátà láti ọgọ́rùn-ún sí ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá náírà lóṣooṣù lọ́sẹ̀ẹsẹ̀ àbí lójoojúmọ́. wàá ní àǹfààní àti jẹ ẹ̀bùn ọkọ̀ tuntun ayékálẹ̀ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá. má kàn rẹpẹtẹ kó lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ̀. tẹ *611# ní báyìí láti darapọ̀ kó o dẹ̀ máa jẹ lọ. ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí ń bẹ láti oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2022 títí di oṣù kìíní ọdún 2023. àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ó ń bẹ o.
Glow Unlimited.
Bring out your biggest ideas in the metaverse. Get creative in augmented reality. Dress up your avatar and turn your art into an NFT. Naija, come flex first in the metaverse with Meta Technologies. Go to meta.com to discover how.
Plenty discount, on Jumia Black Friday, no go jackpot because of Sakpa.
Beat Sakpa with Jumia Black Friday. From November 4th to the 30th, you can get access to all those products you've had your eyes on all year at prices that will leave some change in your pocket. You also don't have to pay for delivery fees on thousands of products when you order above 1,999 naira. T's and C's apply.
Jumia, your everyday delivered. When I finish downloading this show like this, I will go straight to Tayo's house to eat sweet jollof. Then enjoy this movie on YouTube. It's just that Tayo will now start disturbing me to turn on my Wi-Fi for him when he can easily enjoy data bonus with MTN for me. With MTN for me, you will get 100% data bonus and discounted data bundles just like that. What are you waiting for? Dial *121# to get started with MTN for me.
Wakanao Travel Fest is back, and it's a showdown all through November. Enjoy unbeatable travel deals on flights, hotels, visas, and holiday packages. Visit www.wakanao.com now to get these amazing deals, or visit our travel centers at Bond Mall, Ventura Mall, and Base 1 Plaza, Ring Road, Ibadan. Ladies and gentlemen, the showdown is here. Wakanao, let's go.
Hey, that's my jam, man. Hey,
there comes a time in your life when you go walk
and come retire. Hey,
no more salary, but you're meant to live
happily for the rest of my life. Hey,
sit back and relax.
It's the goal. No shaking. My future is bright. Living pension in my bank. Hey,
the time is now to secure your future, to switch to the pension side, to choose a future that allows you to be in the moment and relax. Live your best life now. Switch to Leadway Pension PFA today and enjoy competitive advantages like access of up to 25% of your RSA balance as equity contribution towards your mortgage. Leadway Pension PFA. Your future, our passion.
Àwọn nǹkan bẹ tí ẹni lọ́kàn àti àmà ní akíkanjú ni wọ́n sì máa ń dán nǹkan láwò. Níbo ló máa wà lọ́jọ́ kẹrin oṣù Dìsẹ́mbà ọdún yìí? Ìjọ ti ṣetán fún ìdíje ayárabíàṣá. Ìjọ ti gbáradì fún àríyá tí kò lẹ́gbẹ́. Gbáradì fún àríyá Fanfaro Autofest tó máa wáyé ní Trans Amusement Park, Ìbàdàn lọ́jọ́ kẹrin oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2022. Àríyá yẹn wò ó máa loud gan. Fearless, aṣíwájú nínú àwọn energy drink ló ṣàgbátẹrù Fanfaro Autofest. Fearless, gba àríyá mọ́ra.
To chase my dreams, to become who I wanna be, add my flavor to my life, and make it truly mine. Mama door, taste of food and nutrition, cooking oil, spread and seasoning. Explore your flavor with Mama door.
Mama door, explore your flavor.
Ẹ̀yin tèmi àtúntì gbèdé o lójú ẹsẹ̀ tó ń gbóná fẹ́ni ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy.
Ayẹyẹ tó yílẹ̀ ayé yẹn padà látọwọ́ Glow ni.
Gbàgede tó kún fún àwọn ẹ̀bùn jankan-jankan fún jíjẹ.
Ilé ogún tuntun.
Ọkọ̀ mẹ́rìnlélógún tuntun.
Ẹ̀rọ ọgọ́rùn-ún kan tó ń pèsè iná.
Ẹ̀rọ ìrọṣọ ọgọ́rùn-ún méjì. Ẹ̀rọ afẹ́tẹ́gùn tó ń gbaná sára ẹgbẹ̀rún kan.
Àtàwọn ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀bùn tó ká màmá.
Ṣé àti tẹ *611# láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn kó o sì jẹ nínú ìfilọ́lẹ̀ Glow Festival of Joy. Ra dátà tí ó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà ọgọ́rùn-ún náírà lásìkò ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí. Ó dẹ̀ lè jẹ̀bú ilé tó o bá dẹ̀ ra ìwé ìpè tàbí dátà láti ọgọ́rùn-ún márùn-ún sí ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàá náírà lóṣooṣù lọ́sẹ̀ẹsẹ̀ àbí lójoojúmọ́. Wà á ní àǹfààní àti jẹ ẹ̀bùn ọkọ̀ tuntun ayékálẹ̀ kan pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó kẹ́ màmá.
Má kàn rẹpẹtẹ kó lọ́nà gẹ̀rẹ̀.
Tẹ *611# ní báyìí láti darapọ̀ kó o dẹ̀ máa jẹ lọ. Ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí ń bẹ láti oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2022 títí di oṣù kìíní ọdún 2023. Àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ó ń bẹ o.
Glow Unlimited.
Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited ń ṣàjọ̀dún ọdún méjì. Gbẹ̀dẹ̀mukẹ́ promo la fi ṣe láti sìn títí di ìparí ọdún. Olóko ògbówó ní Treasure Land Estate Lálàbàtà Abẹ́òkúta 100,000 naira péré ni. Greenland Estate Lálàbàtà yìí kan náà 200,000 naira péré nìyẹn. Achievers Estate Nídò Ìbàdàn ó ti di 450 báyìí. Kings Park Estate ní Mọ́níyà 1 million naira péré ni. Bákan náà látúnilẹ̀ ní Rehoboth Park and Garden Lélẹ́kùrú Mọ́níyà Sun City Estate Alábàtà Mọ́níyà lásìkò àjọ̀dún ọdún méjì àti Ember promo yìí ẹ wá kọ́fà tó lé ńlẹ̀ ọgọ́rùn-ún blọ́ọ̀kù ń bẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ pẹ́ fún gbogbo ńbàrà tó bá ṣe tá àti kọ́lé. Ẹ̀bùn ọdún ti kúnlẹ̀ falafala ráìsì ẹran òróró àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Èrò bá mi ká lọ sí Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited beside Aremu Block Industry opposite IITA Mọ́níyà Ìbàdàn tàbí second floor Osana House adjacent Mao filling station Ọlọ́run ṣògo road Abẹ́òkúta. 0901-697-4421 tàbí 081-3871-4860. Zenith Real Estate and Properties Limited. Asọ̀dún ayọ̀.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Nike.
Good morning.
Tayo, morning, and Austin.
Good morning.
This is okay.
Okay, good to have you.
Please, I want to
ask one question which we all know. 2022 was the fraud called subsidy captured in the budget. And I believe the budget will run out in the first quarter of next year concerning the period. That's why. Secondly, in 2023 now, this same fraud, was it captured in 2023 budget? We knew this was the same reason why they forced Goodluck out. That was the scheme they brought that made us remove him, that the subsidy wasn't existing. It existed. Now, what are we going to do about it? Also, you rightly said, they deceived us. That's why nobody now is out there striking, fighting over this very increase. And please, lastly, Tayo, we remember in East Africa there was a leader, he died 90-something years, who sacked his vice president simply because he said the vice president was watching the backside of his wife. Are we not going into that same thing if we choose one of the candidates who is towards that age too? Talking about oil, and he'll be talking of corn and other roasted corn and other things. Good morning.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Only Baramashi or Elebu. Please, I want to ask you a question. We about the marketer. You marketer senior federal government or federal government senior marketer. Who is to control the price? Who is control? Who is control? Come on.
All right, so we got to your point. Just when we react together, who's senior who now?
Hello, good morning.
How do we put it?
Morning.
Hi, morning.
I'm John Njoko. I'm calling from Challenge this morning. Any NPC to boycott the peace accord in Kano, whatever may be the reason, it's very dangerous intention to our democracy. Let me say this. I said this in one of the programs in Ibadan last week. I'm aware that the state charter of APC, the ruling party, claimed that the 2023 election will be a walkover for it by hook and wink. As I speak to you today, the security agencies have not moved against that person who issued that statement on behalf of APC. I'm equally aware that the 2019 gubernatorial election that was declared inconclusive, Governor Ganduje threatened that he will shock PDP. On the date of that election, we know what happened in Kano. Kano was turned to a firing range. Failure to punish offense that leads to sustain and pervert culture of impunity. May I remind the Kano politicians to emulate the late Aminu Kano of the Talakawa, who never involved in politics of bitterness and save our democracy from being willing to the mortuary. I'm John Njoko.
Thank you, John Njoko. 009 7000 949 0505 5000 949. Nothing to do. We want to react to some of those things, or we just take the phone line, take the calls.
Hello, good morning.
Get your reactions together.
From Ibadan. Talking about the ruling party under President Buhari, I think we should not make any comparison with Jonathan's administration, because this party came on board with the propaganda of making all the sectors that were mediocrely working better. So we should not make any comparison. In 2012, I could remember the protest all over Nigeria, and Nigerians were protesting over fuel subsidy. Then in 2015, the ruling party said subsidy was scam. So if subsidies were scam, how come they are still paying subsidy? Then I really want to know if they are still paying subsidy because they are buying a liter of petrol for 2.6. Of my knowledge, this subsidy they are paying is scam, and it is better they cancel it once and for all. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. It's just so disheartening that all the problems we're facing today as Nigerians is the outcome of the choice we made in 2015. The current government at the center is just bent on inflicting more suffering on an average Nigerian through their insensitivity and bad leadership style of all sorts. Because why would government at hand and watch things degenerate to a level in the country where virtually nothing seems to be working again? Petrol at 30.50 naira. This is too pathetic. We got a message to Olutayo. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is from Oyo. The Yoruba government, governor and agency government, we have to commend them. But they still need something. They should go to all these villages and threaten them that any kidnapping that happens, they will arrest everybody. Good leader, traditional leader there, and religious leader or political leader there. They are part of the people that are kidnapping people along that road.
Okay.
Yeah. God bless Nigeria. Our time is fast spent.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Adenike Ademuwagun.
And I am Olutayo Ogunade. Good morning.